So we're gonna talk about the crazies because like, and this is kind of like not just limited to like 40s, although I feel like shit does get crazy when people are older. So there is a stereotype, if you will, about like really hot women and being batshit crazy. And I have witnessed this firsthand. I have multiple stories from friends, from previous girlfriends. It tends to be, unfortunately, kind of true. I'm not saying all hot women are crazy, but a lot of them do seem to be a little out there. I will say the conversation here is like that's like the biggest fear for guys. And you are a very attractive woman. I
Thank
just got to
you.
ask you, are you is there a crazy behind this onion? Am I going to peel back and am I going to find crazy?
Well, I guess that depends on what you define as crazy. I guess there's definitely things to look for as crazy. Like I'm not really too sure where you're going with this, so I'd love to hear more from you.
I mean like so like jealousy, the crazy jealousy stuff.
Mm.
Like, oh, like you didn't text me back in the last couple of hours. Like, are you sleeping with someone? Can I get a video of your hotel room because you're away from work? Can I look through your phone because I'm paranoid that you're cheating on me? That to me is crazy.
Okay,
That lack of trust.
I
Are you a
understand.
woman that would do that?
No, I'm not a woman that
Okay.
would do that. But with that being said, I love that you actually brought that up because I think this is a big thing that we haven't actually talked about yet is we need this is getting to know somebody, right? So getting to know their traumas, right? Getting to know
Yes.
their past experiences, getting to know this is another thing. Like I hate that whole stigma of don't talk about your exes. Talk about your fucking exes
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
at the end of
I
the
agree.
day, I want to know you. I want to know what you've been through. I want to know what you've experienced. I want to know what worked, what didn't work. How did you fix it? What did you do to fix it? What did you think about them was so nuts? Like I want to
Right.
know everything, right? So then I know what I'm dealing with and like
Fair enough. Can you also please stop tapping on the table because you're fucking up the sound? Just kidding.
sorry.
No, but okay. So here's a good example. Like when I talk about crazy,
Yeah.
are you the type of woman? Say we get into a fight at a bar. Are you going to throw a beer in my face in front of potentially my friends or your friends?
No.
Okay. Because
No.
like in the past, like that's happened before.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
I'm a big fan of like keep it classy all the time. So like if we're in
Absolutely.
a fight, especially like say like I take you to a work function
Yeah.
or vice versa, like I'm gonna save that dirt airing out of dirty laundry for like when we get home.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the crazy person, crazy, and it's not just girls, it's guys too. They
Absolutely.
will bring it out in public, and to me, that is a huge turn off. And it's a
Absolutely.
relationship ender for me, if I'm being honest with you.
Agreed.
Okay, how much crazy are you willing to put up with, right? You have to establish that for yourself.
Oh yeah.
So for me, I think like those are deal breakers for me. So if a woman like in public wants to have a crazy fight, throw water in my face, humiliate me in front of people, that would probably be like a relationship ender for me. Another thing that would obviously be too crazy for me is like the constant paranoia. So if you're
Mhm.
like very jealous, if I'm
Mhm.
out with say I have a guys' night, I don't want to have like a million text messages being like, "Where are you? Are you at a
Mhm.
strip club? Are you guys doing blow with some hookers?" Like I don't want to have to deal with those ridiculous scenarios. And I'll tell you something. So my sister, she dated a crazy motherfucker who was always accusing her of cheating, even though she never was. And
Mhm.
she'd often have to pick up the phone on FaceTime, and she, even though she was with her family, like her brother, me, she'd have to like do a FaceTime with this guy just to prove that I was the person that she was with.
Yeah.
That to me is like batshit crazy that
That
I
is
don't think
crazy.
anybody should put up with.
No.
What is
No.
your limitation on
Oh
crazy?
God. Well, definitely if that was ever happening, I would be out so fast. But those once again, that goes these are the questions I ask off the bat. Like it's like how do you deal with
These
hard times?
situations, right?
How do you deal with if you're having a conflict with your partner? How do you like to deal with it? Like what's are you attachments? Are you avoidant? Are you anxiously attached? Are you securely attached? Like as you know, I have a little bit of a psychology background,
Right.
so I really love that stuff. But a
So
lot
are
of
you
people don't
psychoanalyzing me like every time we
always, always, always. I know it's
No.
bad, but
No, it is bad. I'm not gonna lie. That makes me. I wish you didn't tell me that. I'm just kidding.
sorry.
No, you know what? I actually like that because I'm a guy where it's like if I just want everybody to be blunt with me. If there's something that's bothering you, if there's something about me that you don't like I want you to say something. I think to be honest with you, that was like a big problem with like my last relationship. It's like we
Hmm.
never talked about those things. It was just
Hmm.
kind of like we skirted around the issue, so like we would only have to deal with like the fluffy stuff. Like, oh,
Hmm.
like are we gonna go on this trip? Like, what's that gonna look like? Who's gonna drive? Is it me? Is it you? And like yeah, like I know you're like passenger princess, but that was like a that was like a, a thing. Like I'm not saying I wouldn't drive you everywhere. I would, but sometimes, if I don't get any sleep, I might need you to drive for a little bit, and you need to be okay with that.
That's okay. But yeah, I think it's very important to have those conversations. Like what do you need? What do you need to feel safe? Because I think that's what everybody's looking for in a relationship. Really, is to feel safe, right?
Right. And like crazy, obviously, like that's like a thing where you kind of have to establish how much you're willing to put up with, right?
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
have your guard up, and I think establish it off the bat, right? It's like,
Yes.
are you a jealous person?
Yes.
Are you a person that is going to fight with me in public? Because those are deal breakers for me, and like you'd want that other person to be 100% transparent about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And to your point, like maybe that's something they need to work on.
Exactly.
I'm not saying all crazy people are bad, right?
No.
Like they can be, I don't want to say fixed, but they can work on stuff, right? Everyone
Absolutely.
has bullshit that they can work on.
At 40, we all have bullshit.
We all have bullshit.
Right? So you have to expect that there's gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's what bullshit can you deal with?
Yeah.
So you got to figure that one out. And once again, ask those questions up front.
Yeah, and be transparent about them.
Be transparent.